It's time for a mid-year checkup. We've had some great wins so far this year and some extraordinary fails. So stick around to hear all about them. Hi friends, I'm Jen with the Budget Bounce. I am participating in a collab that I was invited to by City Girl Living on a Budget. And there are a whole lot of other people who are participating, and they are all listed down below. We are all doing mid-year check-ins, talking about our wins and our fails so far this year. So after you get done watching this video, be sure to go check out their videos too, and let them know that you found your way over to them from here. So let's go ahead and talk about 2018 so far. So you'll notice that I am filming from my office tonight. The reason for that is because I am about to go on a 12-day vacation, and there is a whole lot of stuff to get done before that can happen. And typically in the 4 or 5 days before I go on vacation, I end up putting in most of the hours I'm not going to work while I'm gone, trying to get everything caught up and situated for my team. So that means that I'm holding my camera, so bear with me because my arm's already getting tired. But yeah, this is, I know, an unusual setting, but this is where I'm at tonight, and this is where it has to be done because I procrastinated, and this has to go up tomorrow morning. So anyhow, like I said, this is a collab, and it is about our mid-year checkup and seeing where we are, what wins and fails we've had so far. So let's go ahead and just jump into that. So I had my sick and tired of being sick and tired moment on in January of this year, and that resulted in us going on a budget officially on February 1st. We have had some great things that have happened to us and for us through this journey so far, but let's face it, people, it is not all puppies and rainbows. This is not an easy journey by any means, no matter how easy it might look when you're watching an edited video on YouTube. This is tough. This is tough. So let's go ahead and we're just going to start with the fails because I really want to end on a positive note in this video. So first of all, we have been over budget in at least 2 categories every month since we started our budget. The good news is we've had a budget. The bad news is me. I am the problem for sure. So in my very first video, I mentioned to you guys that I am an emotional spender and an emotional eater. My husband and I are very overweight, and a lot of our overspending before was from, pardon me, my nose itches, was from how much money we were spending on eating out, okay? So that has slowed down, and we have all kinds of money now available because we're not doing that every month. We have a budget for it, and it's very small, and we hardly ever eat out anymore. But the bottom line is that in the first 3 months, I attribute the overspending to us just trying to figure out what we were doing. Honestly, we didn't have a clue, what we really had and what we didn't have, and what we should have in each budget category and that kind of thing. But the next 2 months, which were May and June, are totally me. And I found a comfort level that led me to believe that it was going to be okay. And I had to check myself on that because we went over, and that meant that it affected other categories. And in 1 month, actually, it was enough that I wasn't able to make as much of a debt snowball payment as I wanted to. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we have only had 1 budget meeting. Again, totally my fault. So I just haven't slowed down long enough to schedule anything with Matt, like officially. And at the beginning, through like almost the middle of June, really, that was because we were on different schedules. We hardly ever saw each other. So I had, I suppose, an excuse then. Not really. but that was our challenge. And now I don't have that challenge. So it's been about a month, maybe 5 weeks, I think, since Matt has been gotten down to one job. And I should have done a June review with him to, show him how we did in June. And I should have done a July budget meeting to set up July. And I didn't do either one of those things. So that needs to be a goal for me to improve upon. And I'm going to let you guys hold me accountable to that if I have not improved upon that and done that way more often than not between now and the end of the year, I can take it. I want to hear from you. So don't be afraid to remind me or ask me if I actually scheduled the meeting or if we had it. Okay, so the third thing is I didn't follow through with a creditor that we were way behind on, and now I have a court date. And I'm going to try to keep my cool here. This is very new, and it is very upsetting for me. So this is the third thing. And so a little bit of background for those of you who don't already know, Matt was on a leave of absence from July of 2017 through the middle of May 2018. So he was off work. We didn't get his primary check for 10 months. And as soon as that stopped coming in, we fell behind. And we were able to pay all of our bills to live, our roof, our 4 walls, and then some, but we did not have nearly enough to pay all of our creditors. So I need to switch arms again. Okay, I'm back. And I'm looking at my notes, guys. I know you can see me over here. That was actually a good break because it stopped the tears from coming. So Matt was off and we immediately fell behind. And so I'm not going to go into the whole story about what happened, but the bottom line is I was served a lawsuit at my home last week while I was at work. And it was very upsetting for me. And it triggered me to make my 5th call to this company, which this happens to be with Citibank. And I procrastinated with them because I was intimidated by them just based on what I've heard from Dave Ramsey and the people who call in to him and that kind of thing. And I just didn't have it in me to deal with them. So I didn't call and I didn't call. And then I started calling, but then I didn't set up a payment plan. And then that just completely and totally blew up in my face. And now I have to go to court in August. So they told me I don't have to go to court, by the way, and I'll explain this in the video I'm going to do separately, but I'm going to court anyway because I want to see how this whole process, I want to make sure they do what they said they were going to do. So anyway, I have officially set up a payment plan with them that is $222 more per month than what, is that right? $227 more per month than I planned on setting up with them. So you'll have to stay tuned for that video to hear about how that all went down and how they broke me down. So anyhow, okay. So that is our third fail, is that, and all of these are attributed directly to me and my actions or lack of action. So, all right, enough of the pity party. Okay, let's jump into some positive things because I want to end this bad boy on a positive note. So while we had a bunch of fails, we had way more successes. So, and I'm sorry, I'm shaking. My arm is getting tired. So let me do this and not hold my notes. I'll see what I can do without looking at them. So we have, okay, first of all, we went on a budget on February 1st and we have not looked back. We have been on a budget every single month. And while we don't always do exactly what we planned at the beginning of the month, we have had great success with staying with not overspending in general. So we have stayed on a budget for 5 whole months. So then, and we're in our 6th month right now. The second thing is we have our $1,000 baby emergency fund, and that has been in place since early February. It only took us a few days to put that together because we luckily had some money lying around in some bank accounts that I forgot that we had. So there was that. And then I'm trying to remember them in order. I apologize, guys. Okay. Oh, we have paid off just over $10,000 through the end of June in debt. So that's huge. It's like $10,211 or something. So that's awesome. I will have an official 6-month, our first 6 months on a budget. I'm going to do a review of that in August, after I get done going through July and see exactly where we are. I know that's not mid-year 2018, but that is my first half year on a budget, and I want to see how we did. So I'm going to share that with all you guys. Okay, so the next thing is, oh, I missed something. No, I didn't. I got them all. So the next thing is, we've been able to cash flow we had 2 minor emergencies that, had we not given every dollar a name and known exactly what we had coming in and what was scheduled to go out for what, we absolutely would have had 2 major crises on our hands. No doubt about it. So yeah, that was fantastic. They were more like, truly, they were like inconveniences. So that was awesome. And then as of this week, I have paid off our 8th debt. Our list started with 34. If you look at our debt confession, you can see it filled up a whole entire page. And we had 34 when we started, and we're down to 26. So that is 8 creditors I no longer have to think about. I don't have to be reminded that I owe those people money. Yeah, we are super stoked about that. So yeah, 8 down, 26 to go. And then we have, our sinking funds. So I've managed to put together some sinking funds. Now I have a whole bunch of actual accounts set up with Capital One 360, but a whole bunch of them don't have balances in them. They are just set up and they're labeled for things that I know are coming, but they are not priorities right now. Right now our priority is to set aside what we have to have in sinking funds, and everything else goes towards debt. So things like, I have one for pets because we have 3 animals. They all have to go to the vet every year. They all have to get shots every year, and they all have to have meds every year. And that is expensive. So I need to plan for that, or I'm not going to be able to do right by them. And actually, we were in such a bad place last fall that I did not take our 2 cats in for their exams. So when I take them this fall, it will have been 2 whole years. And I feel bad about that, but I'm just going to keep them on their regular schedule and take them this fall, and I'm going to have plenty of money to do that. We already have almost $300 in that sinking fund. So yeah, we're excited about that one. We have, of course, our Amazon Prime. I talked about that in another one. We just renewed it in May, so now that's reset for next year. We have one for our vehicles because we have some really old vehicles that have high mileage that require quite a bit of TLC. And then what's another example of one that we have? Registrations. I just had to renew the registration on one of them, so I have a sinking fund for that as well. So I'm so sorry, I'm shaking. My arm's tired from holding my phone. I'm really a wuss, apparently. Okay, the last 2 items, so this is numbers 8 and 9 now. We are up to numbers 8 and 9 on this list. And that is, they are tied together. One, I won a scholarship to FinCon 18. So if you're not sure what that is, I'm going to read this because it's right off of the website. So here's what the conference page says. It says, where money and media meet to help financial influencers and brands create better content, reach their audience, and make more money. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm just me. I'm Jen from Illinois, who has this little YouTube channel that I'm talking about our struggle to get out of debt. And it's not a business, at least not at this point. It's not a business. I do have an Instagram account, and I have a Twitter account, and I do have a Facebook page. They're all the Budget Bounce, but I don't consider it a business. This is a hobby as far as I'm concerned. I am out here documenting what we're doing or not doing through the process, and holding ourselves accountable and being able to come back and watch through this stuff and learn from it. And so being accountable to one another, because now it's all recorded. My husband, whether I talk to him about it or not, can see and know everything, even if we don't get a chance to talk about it. So Of course, you guys, I always talk to him before anything I put out here, but you get the point. And trying to be transparent. This whole thing, first of all, is very therapeutic for me. And as the nerd in this relationship, I needed an outlet. I needed a place to be able to, and I didn't realize this until I found the YouTube channels and I went, oh my gosh, I can do this. There were other people that were doing it and I wanted to document our journey. So starting the budget bounce that's another win. That's number 10, by the way. So anyhow, I won the FinCon thing. I'm this tiny little YouTube channel, and that description sounds like that is not for someone like me. But I do want to share, there are some amazing speakers that are going to be at this. So if you guys know His and Her Money, they're going to be there. And Jean Chatsky, and Chris Hogan and Rachel Cruz from Dave Ramsey's crew. So Chris Hogan and Rachel Cruz. Rachel is actually the opening keynote speaker. I am super excited. So anyhow, so that's FinCon. And, the whole thing is, what can I learn? Winning this scholarship, it's a $500 scholarship. So just to go get the basic pass to go to this thing is $500. And it's like a 3.5-day event. And, if you watch like Budget Girl and Dollar Dude and those guys, they actually, I think it was just last year, they were at FinCon and they put up videos of them being at FinCon because they were in the video booth and whatnot. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm just going to go and be a spectator. And I cannot wait to get a huge shot of motivation to bring back and, all the learning I'm going to have to do better by my family and, to try to just make us better every day in what we do. And if by chance I happen to be able to bring more to you guys too and help you learn more, that is a super bonus for me. So I'm out here because we need to document this journey, but I am out here also because I have learned that what I'm doing is helping others through your comments. So anyhow, I really, really appreciate you guys. I know I say it at the end of most videos, but I really, really appreciate you guys. You don't know. So anyway, all right. The next thing is, so related to FinCon, number 9, that is the fact that I took advantage of the fact that there's a FinCon community out there on Facebook. There's a group that you have to ask to join, and they have resources out there for the people who are attending the conference. So they have like a room share spreadsheet thing that you can find a roommate. So I found myself a roommate and cut my hotel expenses by 50%. Super excited about that. And so, yeah, that's just super exciting. She's from Canada and I can't wait to meet her. She also won a scholarship. So we're going to be newbies together. And, I'm really excited to learn more about what she does. So she has a blog and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try to get into all of that, of course, before we go. And FinCon's in September. So, I'm going to be gone for most of a week for that. So yeah, that's really exciting. So, and then number 10 of successes is starting the budget bounce for sure. Starting the budget bounce and doing this whole process. I think I have 26 or maybe this is the 27th video up. You guys, this has just been, I was so nervous about doing this at the beginning and I have just found I've gotten so much out of it. It has really, really helped me work through some of my, I had a lot of anger and fear over what was happening. And this really, really helped me with that, along with, of course, I'm still in counseling, but it's just really, really helped me stay motivated. So anyhow, let's see here. What else do I have? Okay. So I mentioned that I'm getting ready to go on vacation. It has been hell the last few months at work. That's really the only way to put it out there. I have been leading a project and with my team, well, it's a multifunctional team throughout the organization. And we, from February 5th all the way through the end of June, we're just constantly go, go, go. Nobody had any time off. Nobody got to take any time off. We were working very long days, week after week. It was a high stress situation. We finally got through all of that, and now we are kind of taking a breath, and many of us are taking time off. So mine starts on tomorrow. So by the time you're seeing this, I start my vacation on Thursday, and I have 7 working days off, and I cannot wait. So I'm going to rest and rejuvenate and try to get ahead on my filming schedule for the budget bounce, because I have some great things planned in the next few weeks. But in the meantime, now you know where we are. It's the mid-year check-in. We've had some fails that we need to work on, but we've also had some great successes, and I'm just really proud of what we've done. My husband has really taken to this just a lot better than I thought he would. The problems have been more me. I thought I was going to be combating him and his habits, but nope, not the case. Not most of the time. So anyhow, so that's where we're at as of right now. I'll be coming back with, an official 6-month update in August, so be sure to watch for that. And if you want to hear more about our journey, go ahead and check out the rest of the channel. I've got some things linked that I talked about down below, and of course there will be the links to all the channels of all the other collaborators. Hit that subscribe button if you want to hear more about our journey, and make sure to tap that bell so that you'll get notified every time we upload new videos, which is currently every Sunday and every Wednesday. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Until next time.